bad. They're not very sour, but 4 out of 10. Sour scale. But taste?
Taste? 10 out of 10.
No, 7 out of 10.
Ah, I thought they were actually quite good. And I can hear it here.
Yeah, if you can hear the mic, then it's on.
So I'll change the battery here.
Yeah, this is come on.
Bum, bum, bum.
Is that Minka? What do you need?
Or beer. Ask them to put it on, I'll take a photo. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
But first, we need to put it on
trick if you can beat it. How's Keith and Aaron? Ah, cool. Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much. Pardon? Yeah, but also I don't think putting backstrokes. They don't have qualifying time.
Wasn't it Ryan?
Yeah, so they've got 50 backstroke, but not for those. Yeah.
Stephanie will show you she's fine. She told me.
Beautiful. So you're all good. Before I could write down all of the names. So I just need one more look at it. Okay. Oh, well. So we can stand by. Testing, testing. Oh, I hear myself. That must be a good sign. But please continue as you are. So what does she need to say? Okay. Hello, welcome to our final day, our final of the final.
Complex venue for final on the final day of the African National Aquatic Championships. We need to hear the noise this evening, ladies and gentlemen. And before we do that, we would like to all put your hands together as we welcome our officials onto pool deck. For the final time in these championships, introductions of our officials. Referee for the men, Stella Young. Referee for the women, Salene Mafukela. Our starter for the men, Michael Kanta. Starter for the women, Anton Jordan. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for technical delegate Madam Daphne Byrne. The officials will be seated.
talented swimming talent has been on display right here at the Newton Park swimming pool, and we have reached the finals and on the final day of competition here in Quebec. Thanks for joining us and getting ready for what promises to be just an exhilarating ride for the next few hours. We've already had 8 Olympic qualifiers and 5 Paralympic qualifiers, and tonight is the final chance for our swimmers to book their ticket to Paris 2024. So lots to look forward to, and we start off really speedily with the 50-meter freestyles. First the women and then the men, and between lane 4 and lane 8 there's about a second difference between them. So it's going to be feisty and it's going to be exhilarating. So let's join our commentary team. Derek Alberts and Chanel van Beek are standing by.
Thank you very much, Crystal Arnold, and welcome to Quebec. It is the final night of action. It's hard to believe we are on day 6, the last day, and as we bid farewell to the SA National Aquatic Championships taking place here in the Eastern Cape. I am Derek Alberts, and with me for the final time this week, it is Chanel van Beek. Evening, Chanel. We mentioned it this morning, but yeah, hard to believe that we've reached the end.
Yes, crazy. These past few days have just flown by.
Yeah, they certainly have flown by. Speaking of flying, we're going to get off to a flyer because it is the fastest event in swimming. The 50-meter freestyle will be kicking things off with that. First up, the B final, and so far we've had Annika Hultman making her way out to the deck, as well as Tumi McDonald, Jessica Carmody, and Mila Dracopoulos, the first 4 out. And in lane 5,
it is Carissa van Rooyen. Coming out in 6, Kendra Venter. In 7, we have Grace Morris. And in 8, Kyra Nodes.
And there is the lineup. 50-meter freestyle. Helmut, McDonald, Carmody, Dracopoulos, Van Rooyen, Venter, Morris, Nodes. Do not blink, because this will be over before you know it. The B final of the women's 50 free. Good start out by Helmut in lane 1. Carmody going well too. Watch out for Mila Dracopoulos. Excellent swimmer. Grace Morris getting off to a good start. Lane 3 looking good in Jessica Carmody. Miller starting to make her presence felt now. Mila Dracopoulos over in lane 4. She's looking good.
And so does Carissa van Rooyen out in number 5.
This is going to be very, very tight. But Miller just in front. Mila Dracopoulos, I think she takes it. In fact, it is Carissa van Rooyen. You called it. A tremendous fight back from her. Carissa van Rooyen grabbing the win. And Mila Dracopoulos second. And in third spot, Jessica Carmody. But wow, Carissa van Rooyen 26-22.
Yes, finishing really strong. In the end there was Carissa.
As we get ready for the A final, just confirmation once again. Carissa from Ekaleni 26-9, Dracopoulos second. And in third spot, Jessica Carmody, the KZN swimmer. B final done and dusted. Let's head over now to the main event of the 53 in the women's competition, the A final.
Yes, looking at the results from this morning, Caitlin De Lange, the only one dipping below that 25-second mark of 24.98.
Just waiting for the swimmers to be called out poolside. Great to see an action-packed venue tonight, Newton Park Swimming Pool. And there is confirmation of the competitors: De Villiers, Space, Thompson, De Lange, Gallagher, Chelius, Vitamin, and Janssen. Some supreme names featured so far.
Women 50-meter freestyle, A final. In lane 1, Michaela De Villiers.
So in 1, we have Michaela De Villiers.
In lane 2, we have Joanna Weiss.
In 2, Joanna Bates.
Lane 3, Jessica Thompson.
3, Jess Thompson.
Lane 4, Caitlin Lange.
4, we have Caitlin De Lange, the only one dipping under that 25-second mark. In 5, we have Erin Gallagher.
Lane 6, we have Emma Chillier.
In 6, we have Emma Chelias. Great cheer there by the crowd. 7, Inge Bederman. And 8, Lana Jensen.
So that completes the lineup. That's Olympic qualifying time 24.70. And looking at those entry times, as Chanel mentioned, De Lange the only swimmer to have dipped below the 25-second mark, 24.98 her entry time.
And there looks like Michaela de Villiers off to a flying start in lane 1.
Michaela de Villiers certainly looking good. And watch those middle lanes. De Lange, Gallagher, Chelias, plenty of support for them. You can hear the screams coming through. And so far, Erin Gallagher going very strong. De Lange looking good too. Erin Gallagher is going along very, very nicely. And as we say that, De Lange with the comeback. De Lange, who's it going to be? And it is Erin Gallagher, 24.95. Caitlin De Lange getting 24.96, the closest of margins that you could possibly get. And Jessica Thompson grabbing 3rd spot. But Erin Gallagher grabbing the victory in a time of 24.95. Unfortunately outside of that Olympic qualifying time, but still another gold medal for Erin Gallagher.
Yes, what a swim by Erin. There you have your results. First position, Erin Gallagher, 24.95, followed by Caitlin De Lange in second, 24.96, and Jess Thompson in third, 25.41.
So that is the women's 50 free done and dusted. Both finals. Told you, Lincoln, you miss it. As we get ready for the men's event, just recapping, it was an excellent performance from Erin Gallagher, leading for most of the race. De Lange looked like she was coming back, but Erin Gallagher held on for the victory, 24.95, by the barest of margins, beating Caitlin De Lange.
And what a big smile. Yes, Erin Gallagher has had a great competition so far.
Yeah, she certainly has. Of course, having qualified for the Olympics already. You can see the congratulations there from Mufata from Swimming SA. And we'll be hearing from Erin Gallagher shortly. She makes her way over to Crystal Arnold. Of course, you can imagine, gold medal winner is extremely popular.
And some Ferrero Rochers.
Yeah, congratulations. Nice little gift you got. A nice bunch of chocolates to go with the gold. Let's hear from Erin Gallagher.
There's nothing we love more than to see Erin Gallagher go full out in that 50 free final. Congratulations, Erin. Take us through your race.
There's no real strategy for a 50. I think it's just splash and dash. But it was such a close race, and congratulations to Caitlin. It was a flippin' fast time. Yeah, and I'm lucky that my fingernails were a little bit longer than hers.
Erin, if you're looking back at this Nationals, I wonder what you will take from it, because you've had some African records, gold medals. It's just boding really well for Paris.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Honestly, it's just been such a fun gala. Everything's run so smoothly. So thank you to all the officials and everyone who's made it possible. It's a really nice stepping stone going into Paris, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into training after a break.
I think your coaches are really happy that you said that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you.
Great year from Erin Gallagher. And of course, she kicked things off last night, breaking that SA record. And then we just went from highlight to highlight to highlight to highlight. It's going to be a very tough act to follow tonight. But we can promise it will be action-packed nonetheless, as we head over to the men's B final of the 50 free.
In one, we have Vickers Potgieter.
Over in lane 2, 19 years of age, Aidan Bourneman.
And the youngest swimmer in this field in lane 3, Joshua Esterhazen, at 16 years of age.
Move over to lane 4, another Western Cape swimmer, Francois Mulhaber.
In 5, we have Kobus Groenewald from the Free State.
And in lane 6, representing Tshwane, Blake Godfrey.
In 7, we have Luke Altman.
And finally, in lane 8, 21 years old, Jonah Poole-Jones from the Western Cape. Meter free B final. Well, nothing much to choose between the swimmers getting into the water. Very good starts and looking very strong. Francois Mulhaber over in lane 4 being tested by the likes of Esterhazen and Potgieter.
Yes, and Joshua Esterhazen, as you say that, is coming down very strong out in lane 3.
Esterhazen and Mulhaber. Looks like the battle is going to be between the two of them. Esterhazen looks just to be in front, and Esterhazen does get it again by the barest of margins, 23.52, and he finishes ahead of Aidan Bourneman. And in fact, we had another tie, that for second, Francois Mulhaber tying with Bourneman, and that was a tremendous swim, a very quick swim. The man getting the victory, Joshua Esterhazen from the Western Cape, 23.52.
Yes, followed by Francois Mulhaber, 23.53. Well, tie, as you said, and Aidan Bourneman.
So great race there in the men's B final.
Yes, Joshua just putting his head down these last 10 meters, getting his hands to the wall first.
So it's time for the medal race, the A final. Some massive names will be taking to the water. In lane 1, Alex Goddard, 23 years old, from Tshwane.
In 2, we have Jordan Eaton.
In lane 3, a man who certainly needs no introduction, Olympic gold medalist Roland Skuman, 43 years old, but still swimming blistering times.
In 4, we have Peter Kutzer.
Clayton Jimmy next to take to the pool. He'll be competing in lane 5.
In 6, we have Guy Brooks.
Kobe Indebele, great to see him. He'll be competing in lane 7.
And in 8, it's Philip Delanga. We just saw his sister coming second in this event not so long ago.
And that completes the lineup. At Olympic qualifying time, 2:1.96.
And they're off. What a great start by Jordan Eaton out in lane 2.
Yeah, Jordan Eaton looked very good. Roland Skuman starting to make his presence felt now. Peter Katseda out in lane 4 looking very strong. He's slightly ahead of the likes of Roland Skuman. This is going to be extremely tight. Great swimming from Peter Katseda. You can hear the crowd going wild. Lane 4, Peter Katseda. Peter Katseda being tested, but Peter Katseda gets it in a time of 22.45. Finishing ahead of Clayton Jimmy with Guy Brooks grabbing third spot. The time for Peter Kutsia, 22.45. So unfortunately for him, outside of that Olympic target, but it doesn't matter because, of course, he will be going to Paris anyway. He'll be competing in a host of events. So, yeah, Peter Kutsia grabbing yet another gold.
Yes, what a great swim there by Peter. There we have your results. Peter Kutsia, 22.45, followed by Clayton Jimmy, 22.83, and Guy Brooks, 23.00.
So recapping that action right now, 22.45 seconds. They absolutely flew out of the box. You heard Erin Gallagher speaking earlier after her victory saying there's no real strategy to the 50 splash and dash. Just swim your heart out. And that's exactly what they did. And Peter Kutsia grabbing top spots once again. What a swimming talent he is. We continue to run out of words to describe this exceptional swimmer.
And all smiles it is. Peter in your shot at the moment.
Now Roland Skuman finishing just outside of the medals. He does hold the SA record in this event, 21.67. Great crowd present to witness the action. But without further ado, not for the first time this week, let's hear from Peter Kutsia.
Medals, I think so. I've been counting Peter Kutsia's gold medal count, and it's been phenomenal, these nationals. Congratulations on that 50 free. What's your mental approach to your 50 free before you get into that pool?
I think it's important to stay relaxed because when you tense up, that's when you kind of lose the feel of the water a little bit. So I'd say that's the main focus.
It was super intense, just looking at the heats, and just there was nothing much between all 8 finalists. What gave you the edge?
Yeah, in the 50, it's always anyone's race, especially with Clayton and Roland, and all those guys are really good in the 50 freestyle. So, I mean, I just try not to think about it too much and trust the body to do what it knows how to do.
And how much fun have you had these nationals?
It's been a lot of fun. Obviously, some races I would have liked to be a bit faster, but can't always look at the clock, look at the time. To come away with the winners, I'm happy with that.
And of course, Paris 2024, we've got to talk about that. What has always been the dream for you, Peter?
I mean, to get Olympic gold. That's the dream.
Well, we can definitely wish you all the best in the months leading up to Paris. Congratulations, and thanks so much for all that you've done this week.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Crystal Arnold. Congratulations once again, Peter Kutsia. He is headed to Paris, not for that event, unfortunately, but he does collect gold in the men's 50 free as we move over from the quickest to the longest, you know.
Yes, moving on to the ladies, 1,500 meters freestyle.
And first out onto the deck, it is Maroney Jacobs from the Eastern Cape.
In 2, we have Caitlin Horn, also from the Eastern Cape.
And in third place, third lane rather, Catherine van Rensburg, 19 years old, swimming out of Tuks.
In 4, we have Dunay Kutsi, just narrowly missing out on the 400 freestyle qualifying time.
Then it's Stephanie Houtman, 21-year-old, and she's from Swan.
In 6, we have Callan Lotta.
In lane 7, it's Alexia McCabe, representing Central Gauteng.
And in 8, we have Hannah Nielsen. So these ladies will be doing 30 lengths of this pool.
30 lengths of swimming, and the fastest entry time, Dunay Kutsia, 16 minutes 33.74 seconds. That was just under 2 seconds faster than her closest competitor, Stephanie Hartman, who will be in lane 5.
Set to be a great battle between the two of them. A new picture, Stephanie Hartman.
And in they go. And it's interesting because we heard from Erin Gallagher earlier speaking about that 50 free, speaking about the tactics involved. She said, well, there aren't really any. You just jump in, swim your fastest you can get, and reach the other side. It's the complete opposite when it comes to the 1500. You really need to pace yourself, make sure you've got enough energy at the end. As you say, 30 laps is certainly no joke.
Yes, definitely have to have a strategy in place for this 1500 freestyle.
It is Danae Kutsia. Only swimmer dipping under 30 seconds. That's the first split.
Sydney really going for it.
Just recapping the amount of swimmers that have qualified for Paris. Tatjana Smith, formerly Schumacher, Kayleen Corbett, Erin Gallagher, Amy Kenny, Rebecca Meader, Chandler Clough, Matt Sates, and Peter Kutsia. Amy Kenny having qualified by virtue of opening the relay leg last night. It was so interesting because, of course, she qualified and the relay continued to unfold. So all these celebrations, and yeah, she couldn't quite believe what she had achieved. Meanwhile, as far as the Paralympians are concerned, Christian Sadi, Danica Venke, Nathan Hendricks, Alani Ferreira, and Kat Swanepoel are all heading to Paris.
And it's all Janae Kutsia, turning in a time of 1:31.64, followed by Stephanie Hartman, 1:36.32, and Catherine van Rensburg, 1:36.93.
So over in lane 4, it is still Danae Kutsia out in front, 2:03.39, her most recent split.
Followed by Stephanie Hartman, 2:09.76, and then Catherine van Rensburg, currently in third, 2:10.21. So these ladies have completed 4 laps of the full.
This is an extremely taxing event. I mean, it just goes to show with these 30 laps. And, of course, open water swimmers certainly show their prowess when it comes to this event. It makes perfect sense. Just don't need to worry about all those turns.
Yes, have you done any open water events?
I have. I've done 1 or 2. I've been terrible, but I've done them. Yeah?
I remember my first dam swim. It was the first and the last. I don't know, just the fishes swimming under you, can't really see what's happening in the water. Yeah, I prefer to be in the pool following that blue line.
And to be able to see what's below you.
Correct.
So some powerful kicks emanating from the water. Swimmers really pacing themselves in this 1500 meter final freestyle.
And it is Janae Kutsia as she approaches the 400 meter mark with a time of 4:11.08. Followed by Houtman, 4:24.08, and Van Rensburg, 4:24.53.
Do you think it would be at all physically possible to compete a 800 or 1500 meter butterfly?
Yes, I think you could.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, like, do you think you could do well? I mean, not you. I'm talking like setting a good time. I mean, you'd go. Imagine how tiring it would eventually get.
No, I definitely think. I mean, if there was a, even, why don't we start with the 400?
Yeah.
400 meter butterfly. Put it out there. Hopefully at the next nationals, 400 fly. Let's go.
Start inventing new distances as we return to the action. There's a 1500 meter freestyle.
Or even a 400 breaststroke. I'm sure Tatiana will be very happy with that.
She would absolutely love that as we return to the action.
And at the 500 meter mark, it's all Stephanie Houtman, 5:31.34, followed by Catherine van Rensburg, 5:31.85. And our third place, Cullen Lotta, 5:34.50.
Of course, keep an eye out over in lane 4 with Danae Kutsia.
And we have 19 laps of this pool to go. It's all Stephanie Houtman.
So Danae Kutsia going exceptionally slowly now. Interesting tactics over in lane 4 as Kutsia, van Rensburg and Houtman battle it out now.
I think possibly she was doing a 400 time trial, narrowly missing out on the 400 qualification time early on in the week.
And so now just taking it easy with the training swim is Danae Kutsia. If you were to swim the time trial distance, well, if she was looking now, you said she was looking to get the earlier distance, and once you complete it, if she were to get out the pool, would it register as a DNF?
Correct.
And that time wouldn't stand for if she were to have achieved it. Obviously not for the 1500. Okay. Danae Kutsia, yeah, certainly easing away to the finish.
But it's all Houtman in our picture.
Yeah, 17 laps to go for the competitors. So 17, that's for Kutsia. But for Houtman, it's now 16. Really has been an amazing event over the last 6 days here in Rebecca. Kicked off Monday morning, bright and early, and the week's been fairly rainy, very cold. I'd say fairly rainy, it's been extremely rainy. One stage we had 2 days with non-stop rain, and since then the weather has cleared up. Quite warm today. It's a lovely Saturday, but it was great to see the crowds make their way out to Newton Park Swimming Pool to witness all this action, witness the swimming stars of South Africa take each other on, witness records broken, witness tickets booked to Paris, witness incredible moments. And, who can forget that race last night? Chandler Clough celebrating his 32nd birthday up against his long-term friend and rival, Matthew Saints. And they took each other on in that marquee, eagerly awaited 100-meter fly final. And they finished tied for first. So both men grabbing gold. Not a bad way for Chan to celebrate his birthday. Of course, he went out afterwards, had a bit of a birthday celebration. And thanks to the folks from Quebec for laying out the red carpet over a really, really great night and a great week.
Yes, Stephanie Houtman has completed 800 meters, turning a time of 8:52. Laps of the pool to go. Stephanie Houtman out front, looking very comfortable. Great battle for second and third place between Catherine van Rensburg Helen Lotta.
Hartman, 21 years old, representing Turks. Who can mistake that gold swimming cap? I like the combination of the gold and red. So you've got the red Barberton Daisy. And there's a majority of sports teams actually wear red. People associate the color red with victory, and it's a fairly intimidating color. And then also, of course, gold. I mean, in the Olympics, it's all about gold. Amazing how little things like that play on your mind. But gold and red, and yeah, you can't miss those caps as they fly from length to length here at Newton Park Swimming Pool. So we passed the 10-minute mark. Reminder that Hartman's time, her entry time, was 16:35.39. So got about 5 minutes to go.
Yes, with 1 kilometer done and dusted, it is Hartman turning in a time of 11:06.95, followed by Van Rensburg 11:13.00 and Helen Lotta 11:13.10.
Stephanie Hartman leading the way in this women's 1500 free.
Yes, we're starting to see a little bit more of a kick from Hartman. Out in first.
Helen Lotta certainly keeping her honest, keeping the pressure on.
Yes, looks like Lotta has taken over second position with Van Rensburg in third. Is Lotta currently in second, 12:21.21. Van Rensburg in third, 12:22.10.
Stephanie Hartman completing her 8th last lap. 7 to go. Lovely atmosphere inside Newton Park Swimming Pool. Music playing loud and proud on this great Saturday evening. Stephanie Hartman completes yet another lap. Doing so in a time of 13:21.38. She's still out in front, but the real battle at the moment looks to be for second place. And wow, you can hardly separate the two. Lotta with the slight edge over Van Rensburg. Five laps to go for Stephanie Hartman. 13:55.08. Her latest split.
Yes, looking at that SA record set by Wendy Trott in 2011, 16:05.63.
Yeah, one of the longest standing records in SA swimming. It stood for 13 years already. So the next time Stephanie Hartman makes her way down to this part of the pool, you'll hear the very welcome bell signaling 2 laps to go.
And it is Houtman with 3 laps of the pool to go.
The latest split 15:02.60. That just puts into perspective how impressive that swim from Winnie Trott was.
Yes, Van Rensburg taking over second, but Lotta not letting her go.
And there is the bell for Stephanie Hartmann. 2 laps to go as she picks up the pace.
And Van Rensburg turning in a time of 15:47.44, followed closely by Lotta, 15:49.88.
Well, she make the turn. 1 lap to go for Stephanie Hartmann. 16:09.85. She's wearing gold and she's on her way to gold.
Houtman looking strong with 25 meters to go.
Hearing plenty of bells. And the other competitors taking on their penultimate lap. Going to have a bit of a wait for Danae Kutsia though. So she's taking it easy, but not taking it easy is Danae Kutsia. Stephanie Hartmann, who makes her way to first place, top of the podium, doing so in a time of 16:41.20. What a performance from Stephanie Hartmann. What a victory.
Followed by Catherine van Rensburg in second place, 16:54.14. And Kellen Lotta, 16:57.02.
So congratulations to Hartmann, van Rensburg and Lotta. Victorious. And it's another 1, 2, 3 for the team from Tshwane.
It's a great swim there by Kellen Lotta, coming in with an entry time of 17:14.73, dipping under that 17-minute mark. And in your picture, touch on the wall, Hannah Nielsen.
So looks to be wrapping things up over in lane 7. Alexi McCabe coming through now.
And there we have Danae Kutsia in your picture.
And Danae Kutsia finishes off proceedings in the women's 1500 free. But it was Stephanie Hartmann out in front, grabbing a tremendous victory. 16:41.20. In second place, Catherine van Rensburg, while Kellen Lotta grabs bronze. So looking at some of those highlights, as mentioned, Danae Kutsia going for a time trial. Just looking to get, what distance was it again?
400 meters.
400. And once she had completed 8 laps, she took her foot off the pedal and just relaxed her way to 8th position. There was no relaxing though from Stephanie Hartmann. Tremendous stamina to work her way across 30 laps and to the top of the podium.
Yes, great swim by all the ladies.
So that is the 1500s done and dusted. And as we move over to multi-class events now. And we've got a couple of quick ones once again. This time round, the 50 backstroke.
Yes, starting off with the men S14 and S15. 50-meter backstroke.
So officials making their way to the other side, of course, because this is just 1 lap of action. So, confirmation of the athletes that will be taking on this event. Wait for them to come out to pool deck.
Yes, we will be having a combined heat. So S14 and S15 combined with S1 and S13.
So first up, we've got JP Nell, 24-year-old from Ekurhuleni.
In lane 2, we have Eli Lawrence from the Free State.
Meanwhile, in lane 3, swimming for Central Gauteng, it is Mpo Mainganye.
In 4, we have Charles Parkin.
And in lane 5, 21-year-old from Gauteng, Kabelo Zwane.
From a 1500 to a 50.
Yes. So we went 50, 1500, back to 50.
From the longest event to the shortest event.
And a little later, we will be having some 800s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we will. That will be the 800 free later on the program. But first up, multi-class action, the 50 backstroke men.
In your picture, JP Null and Eli Lawrence. Jumping into the water for this 50-meter backstroke. And they're off in the 50-meter backstroke.
Reiterating once again, multi-class events, so they're not competing against each other. They're competing against the clock, given that they all compete in different categories.
Great start there by Kabelo Zwane out in lane 5.
Also looking great, JP Nell in the outside lane. Action continuing amongst these competitors.
Yes, and it's all JP Null out in lane 1.
And reaching the end, JP Null.
Followed by Charles Parkin and Eli Lawrence.
JP Null coming through in a time of 42.76. Charles Parkin, 41.57 for him. Kabelo Zwane also delivering. So some very good times set by those swimmers. JP Null 7. JP Null looking very, very good with his effort. Just looking at the Paralympians once again who have booked their way through to Paris for the Paralympics. Christian Sadi, Danica Venka, Nathan Hendricks, Alani Ferreira and Kat Swanepoel.
Yes, we'll be seeing Kat Swanepoel in this event in the next few minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see her.
Looking at the time Kat swam this morning, 48.14, dipping well below their qualification time of 54.97.
Now moving to event number 606, women's 50-meter backstroke, S14, S15 multiclass, combined with event 607, women's 50-meter backstroke, S1.
Heading into the women's 50-meter backstroke, S14 and S15 combined with S1 and S13. In lane 1, we have Kate Elwood.
Oh, in lane 2, And the woman that needs absolutely no introduction. Holder of 6 world records, Minka Janse van Rensburg.
In 3, Nikita Douglas.
And over in lane 4, Paris-bound Kat Swanepoel.
In 5, we have Janneke Krugler.
Wanaka having collected gold. Plenty. Meanwhile, in lane 6, it will be Miliska Everson from KZN, and that completes the lineup for the women's 50 backstroke. S1 and S13 combined with S14 and S15.
Have the start list on the screen as these ladies get ready to compete 50 meters backstroke. We have Kat Swanepoel in your picture. Coach Theo Verster, who also needs no introduction, helping her.
And they are away. Kat Swanepoel's target time being 54.97, and she tipped well below that anyway with her entry time 48.14.
And it's all Krugler out in lane number 5. Followed closely by Miliska Everson. And there we have Kat Swanepoel in your picture.
Kat Swanepoel certainly has been legendary over the last couple of years. And finishing up her 50 meters, Wanaka Krugler doing so in a time of 39.46. Miliska Everson grabbing a 41.07.
Followed by Kate Elwood out in lane number 1, 45.49.
Kat Swanepoel will be elated with that time. Reminder once again that what she needed was a 54.97, and it didn't really matter because the entry time was well below that anyway. But yeah, Kat Swanepoel continuing to shine. Well, looking back at the replays, the highlights of that event, the multi-class men's and women's 50-meter backstroke. S14, S15, S1, S13. What a great crowd out here at Newton Park Swimming Pool in Quebec. The officials will be returning to the front side of the pool as we return to the longer events. And next up, we will be seeing the women's 200 IM.
Yes, before that, we'll be handing out some medals for the men and women 50 meters freestyle.
Now we'll be seeing Minka Janse van Rensburg in action a little later once again. She'll be competing in the women's 100 free, the multi-class, as she looks to better her world record time of 1:17.34. It's interesting catching up with her dad a little earlier and Minka, and she popped round and her father asked her, what is she going to do in the race? And she said, I'm going to clap that world record. The uninitiated clap being Afrikaans for hit, beat, hammer.
Wishing Minka all the best for that event.
But first up, it is medal time.
And now we move into the medal ceremony for event number 601, women's 50-meter freestyle.
As we move on to the medals for the women 50 meters freestyle.
Medals will be presented by the operations manager of South Africa, Mr. Mafaka Mototwane. Women's 50-meter freestyle, bronze medal time, 25 seconds.
So women's 50-meter free.
Jessica Thompson.
Bronze going the way of Jessica Thompson.
Silver medal time, 24 seconds, .96. Caitlin DeLange.
And in second place, Caitlin DeLange with an impressive swim of 24.96.
And the gold medal, ladies and gentlemen, time is 24 seconds, .95 goes to Erin Gallagher.
And Erin Gallagher, another gold for her, winning the women's 50-meter free. A lovely effort. And top of the podium once again for the swimmer from Swane.
Yes, there was nothing between first and second.
Jessica Thompson swimming for Central Karting next to the two swimmers from Swane. So that was the women's 50 free accolades. Let's move over to the men's side of the draw. And we saw Erin Gallagher returning to the top of the podium. And we see on the men's side a man who's certainly seen plenty of gold this week.
Once again, presented by Mr. Mafaka Mototwane.
Fanta from Swimming SA handing over the medals.
Bronze medal with a time of 23 seconds.
Guy Brooks collecting bronze, just beating Roland Skummen to third place.
Yes, narrowly dipping out on going under that 23-second mark by going 23.00. And in second place, Clayton Jimmy.
And in first place, once again, surprise, surprise, Peter Kutzer. He'll be heading over to Paris and he'll be grabbing another gold to add to his rapidly growing collection. The men's winner in the 50 free.
And there we have our medal winners.
And congratulations to the three men. Excellent effort in the quickest event in swimming, the 50-meter free.
As we get ready for the ladies 200 meters, I am looking at some of those names. Canny, Smith, Tucker, Maurice Ross. Set up for a cracker. But there you have the B-final lineup.
Women's 200 IM. Erin Hudson, Myra Vidia, Laura Kos, Kayla Kos, Kayleen Corbett, Grace Morris, Megan Stewart, Chelsea White. 4 laps of the pool, 1 stroke per lap.
Event number 608, women's 200 meter individual medley, D final. Lane 1.
In lane 1, we have Aaron Hudson.
Lane 2. Myra Viduya.
From the Eastern Cape, as you can hear, the roars of approval, Myra Viduya, 16-year-old.
In 3, we have Lara Hoos.
Lane 5. Kayleen Corbett. Lane 4. Hannah House.
In 5, it's Kayleen Corbett.
A little bit confusion between the two swimmers, so where exactly they were going to be placed.
Lane 6. Grace Morris.
Grace Morris will be competing in lane 6.
Lane 7.
In 7, we have Megan Stewart.
And finally in lane 8 is Chelsea White, the swimmer from Central Gauteng. 200 individual medley. Olympic time of 2:11.47, that's the target. And Rebecca Meader holds the SA record set last year, 2:11.39.
And they're off. Great start out in there in lane 2 by Myra.
Myra Viduya, very, very popular swimmer here. The bright white cap representing Eastern Cape.
25 meters done and dusted. Looks like Kayleen Corbett.
Yeah, she's out in front over in lane 5. 24-year-old. She'll go through, be leading the way. And she is clear out in front, and she makes the turn at 29.98, just below the 30-second mark.
Followed by Megan Stewart, 30.74. And Erin Hudson currently in third, 30.84.
Kayleen Corbett still out in front, and she is being chased hard. And look at the swimmer on her outside, Grace Morris from the Western Cape, as well as Megan Stewart, flying through.
But we know Kayleen is a very strong breaststroker.
Speaking of which, let's watch this comeback now for Kayleen Corbett. Over in lane 5, the discipline she loves the most. She should come back very, very well, yeah.
Looking very comfortable in that breaststroke leg.
And Kayleen Corbett looks like she's come through now. That is a terrific swim from the breaststroke specialist. Breaststroke is her best stroke. And for the final time, Kayleen Corbett making the turn. Doing so in 1:47.08, and she'll head home with freestyle.
Followed by Stewart and Hoos, currently in third position.
There's the B final, and Kayleen Corbett out in front.
.25 meters to go, and Corbett looking very strong in between those yellow lanes.
Kayleen Corbett almost home. It's going to be a great battle for second place, but no question as to who wraps up top spot. Kayleen Corbett grabbing the win, but in second position it is Megan Stewart, followed by Kayla Coates. Corbett the winner in a time of 2:21.83 in this, the women's B final of the 200 IM. Confirmation of that result. Kayleen Corbett from Tshwane, 2:21.83. In second position, KZN's Megan Stewart, 2:24.09. While Eastern Cape's Kayla Coates grabbed third with a time of 2:24.58. Recapping that swim. And we saw Kayleen Corbett lose the lead during that second lap. But of course, being a renowned breaststroker, that is where she certainly put on the afterburners, and once she retook the lead, she never gave it back, and she swam her way to top spot. So that is the B final as we prepare for that women's A final. Some massive names competing against each other in this one. That is the lineup. Kate Mayer, Georgia Els, Marisol van Jaarsveld, Amy Canny, Tatiana Smith, Dakota Tucker, Marlies Ross, and Lonnie Janssen. And it will be Kate Mayer coming out first. She'll be competing in lane 1.
In 2, we have Georgia Els.
In lane 3, Marisol van Jaarsveld, 24 years of age, swimming out of Central Gauteng.
In 4, we have Amy Canny, hot off the press, qualifying in the ladies 200 meters freestyle last night.
Then it's Tatiana Smith, South Africa's golden girl.
In 6, we have Dakota Tucker.
Competing in lane 7, another Tshwane swimmer in Marlies Ross.
And in 8, we have Laura Janssen.
So that completes the lineup in the A final of the women's 200 IM.
In your
4 laps
screen,
to go.
Tatiana Smith.
So that's Olympic qualifying time once again, 2:11.47. In they go. Good start from Marisol van Jaarsveld. Also looking good, Amy Canny. Canny also being one of the stories of the week.
Yes, what a swim by Amy last night in that 200 meters freestyle, leading off the ladies 4x200 meters freestyle relay. But it's all Amy Canny.
So Amy Canny at the turn, leading the way. 27.97 ahead of Tatiana Smith. In third, Marisol van Jaarsveld.
Canny really starting to pull away in this backstroke leg.
Card willing her on, and certainly it's going to get even louder when she moves over to breaststroke.
Yes, and it looks like Dakota Tucker coming through strong too, out in lane number 6.
Peter Williams will be watching closely. His protege, Dakota. 2 laps down, 2 to go as they transition over to breaststroke with Amy Canny still out in front. Canny leading the way, making the turn in 1:02.46 ahead of Dakota Tucker. Marisol van Jaarsveld in third position.
And here comes Tatiana Smith.
Tatiana, of course, this is the one she loves the most. Was that gap too big from Canny? It certainly was. And she will turn for the final time. Well out in front, doing so in a time of 1:45.8. As she makes her way home. And you can hear the crowd going crazy, roaring their approval.
And that's all Canny. Looking at that Olympic qualification time, once again, 2:11.47.
So she's got 11 seconds to go. If she wants to get another qualification time. Gaining on her heels is Smith. But Smith won't get there. It will be Amy Canny just outside that Olympic time. 2:12.23. Tatiana Smith 2:13.88. Dakota Tucker grabbing third. She's at one stage. It was on.
Sure, she's going to be very happy with that time. Swimming in time of 2:14.65 this morning.
Incredible time from Amy Canny, the Western Cape swimmer, grabbing gold Smith with silver, and Tucker with third. That wraps up the women's 200 IMA final. As we prepare now for the men's action with the B and A final, but first up, just looking back at Amy Kenny's tremendous performance, and she really got that great lead courtesy of that first lap, and then increased that lead thanks to a tremendous backstroke leg. And then she finished it up, and she was eyeing that Olympic target of 2:11.47, but just out of range. 2:12.23, still a sensational time. But no Paris for now in terms of this event. But of course, she has already qualified elsewhere. It is Amy Kenny. What a victory. Let's hear from her now.
Amy, these last 24 hours have just been unbelievable. Could you put them into words before we take a look at your race?
Right now, I think I'm still coming to terms with it. It hasn't really hit me yet. But yeah, it's been amazing.
No, you had a sleepless night last night. More of that when you post 2:12 here in the 200 IM final. And you seem to just stretch away through on that backstroke leg.
Yeah, that was definitely a really hard race for sure, the hardest of the week. I didn't know I was going to go that fast, so I was really happy with the time.
How do you manage just your energy, your stamina, and your strength through a crazy week of nationals?
I think I did a good week, good job in the beginning of the week. After last night, maybe not so much, but it is what it is, and I'm happy with the week.
And Paris 2024, here we come.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Congratulations, Amy, and well done this week.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sure she's extremely excited. She is heading over to Paris regardless, but that was a really, really good swim from Amy Kenny in the women's A final of the 200 IM. As we head over to the two races in the men's 200 IM. First up, it is the B final, and competing in lane 1, it will be Ty Lee Pearson.
In 2, we have Jonathan Heslop.
Over in lane 3, Adrian Mostert.
Swimming in lane 4, Jean Boshoff.
Meanwhile, in lane 5, representing the Northwest, Ruben Smith.
In 6, it's Helgard Muller.
From Ekeleni in lane 7, 18-year-old Anton Arwidi.
And in 8, Sven van der Linde.
So those are the 8 that will be doing duty in the men 200 IMB final. And the man with the fastest time heading into this event, Jean Boshoff, 2:11.21, but Ruben Smith, 2:11.22. So nothing to choose between the two swimmers in lanes 4 and 5 respectively. In they go as they kick things off with Butterfly, and a good start out in lane 4.
Looks like Ty Lee Pearson out in lane 1 with the lead.
Yeah, Ty Lee Pearson got up to a flyer in the outside. It's a record held by one Darian Townsend, who was a member of that awesome foursome alongside Lyndon Ferns, Rake Nietling, and Roland Skuman.
And it is Ty Lee Pearson turning a time of 25.80.
And a record by Darian set back in 2009, 1:57.03. The Olympic qualifying time is pretty much there, actually, 1:57.94. It's a very, very tough time. And we'll see a little later in the A final if we might have anyone that will give it a go. As Ty Lee Pearson continues to lead the way over in lane 1, doing so in a time of 5.767.
Halchard Miller currently in second, 59.57, followed by Jean Boschel, 59.94.
Time for breaststroke now. And this is where Jean Boschhoff is going to bring down the hammer. Well, he certainly is gaining on Pearson, is Boschhoff. This was a tremendous breaststroke leg for Jean Boschhoff. And he is out in front only just, and as I say that, Ruben Smith also thoroughly enjoying that breaststroke leg, just beating Boschhoff to the touch as they turn for the final time and make their way home. Boschhoff versus Smith. There is nothing in their entry times, and it looks like there's going to be nothing much in terms of positions 1 and 2. But Ruben Smith looking strong now and pulling away from the pack.
And it is Ruben Smith in a time of 2:08.00, followed by Johan Boschhoff, 2:09.52, and Ty Lee Pearson in third, 2:09.87.
Excellent victory there for Ruben Smith from Northwest. And that is the B final complete. And Smith with the win, 2:08.00, Boschhoff second. And Ty Lee Pearson on the outside, got it to a great start, just couldn't maintain that lead. He grabbed third place. Very nicely done by Ruben Smith. And we spoke about those entry times between him and Boschhoff being almost exactly the same. But in the end, there was no questioning the victor. Smith winning. B final complete. Time for the A final. And it's going to be, once again, some really interesting combatants in action.
In your picture, Ruben Smith. And heading into our A final, where we have Van Rensburg, Tritter, Kielak, Duvenacher, States, Ross, Otto, and Kasali.
Now for the main 200-meter individual medley A final. In day 1, Anand van Rensburg.
So, first up competing in lane 1, Anand van Rensburg.
In 2, we have Petrus Tritter. Let's hope he doesn't forget his beanie on his head like he did yesterday.
That was great yesterday, and I love the fact that you knew and called it that would probably happen. And then immediately he takes that beanie off. And we have Kian Kielak, and he'll be competing in lane 3.
In 4, we have Henyu Duvenacher.
Matthew Saints, 20 years of age from Tshwane. Entry time of 2:05.10.
And Andrew Ross out in lane 6.
Competing in lane 7, Peter Etzel from the Western Cape.
And in 8, we have Cameron Gasali.
Very popular swimmer is Cameron. It is the lineup for the men's A final of the 200 individual medley as we start working our way to the business end of the evening. And of course, it also means a wrap of the entire event. So another medal on offer, 3 medals on offer in the 200 IM A final.
Yes, these gentlemen looking for a time of 1:57.94.
Matt Sates, of course, having already booked his ticket to Paris. Can he do it again in this event? He certainly is the favorite, and he gets off to a strong start. Over in lane 5, challenged well by Duvenacher, but breaking away nicely does Matt Sates, and who can forget the 100 fly from last night, finishing tied for first alongside Chandler Klobe. Sates gets to the wall quickest in a time of 24.71. A great first lap for him.
Followed by Duvenacher in 25.52 and Andrew Ross, 26.57.
And he moves over now to backstroke.
And with that being said, here comes Duvenacher in this backstroke leg.
Yeah, Duvenacher closing the gap very, very quickly and looking to take the lead in this, the backstroke, and it looks like he may just have it. And as I say, that Sates comes roaring back. It's going to be almost the same time. And Duvenacher does just edge ahead as I move over to breaststroke now.
Yes, Duvenacher turning in a time of 54.98, Sates 55.04, and Andrew Ross 57.77.
And look at the competitors go. Sates looking strong with breaststroke, and this is, he manages to get clear once again.
25 meters to go, and there's nothing between these two gentlemen.
I say, getting clear, Duvenacher, wow, that was a fantastic leg for him. But Sates managing to touch first, turning at 1:33.9 as he comes home in freestyle. Remember that Olympic qualifying time. We'll have a look at it once again. 1:57.94 in order to book that ticket. So 10 seconds to go. Sates wants to have any hope of claiming the victory. And in doing so as well, booking that ticket to Paris, but it will not be, but gold is his. Followed by Duvenacher. And young Kian Keelock grabs third position. It is bronze for him, but Matt Sates the victor. His time, 1:59.98.
In your picture, Matthew Sates. And there we have the results. Matthew Sates, 1:59.98. Followed by Duvenacher, 2:01.87, and Kian Keelock, 2:03.58.
Now looking back at Matt Sates, Duvenacher really did a great job in putting the pressure on Matt Sates. And it was really during the backstroke and the breaststroke where Duvenacher actually held the lead. But in the end, Matt Sates simply too strong and powered away in the freestyle to claim yet another victory, yet another gold, doing so in a time of 1:59.98. So Matt Sates, the winner of the men's 200 IMA final. Gold in the bag, another gold in the bag. And without further ado, let's listen to the Paris-bound Matt Sates, who's with Crystal Arnold.
Massive congratulations to Matt Sates, another gold medal for you, a gold medal winning performance. How is the body feeling after a long week?
Yeah, very tired. But yeah, thanks for the gold, everyone.
So you touch the wall and you swim back and you see the time of 1:59.98, and you thought?
Didn't think too much about it. Happy to get under 2 minutes though.
And that, if you have to sum up nationals for 2024, how are you describing it?
A very good goal I put on from Swimming South Africa.
Congratulations once again. Thanks so much, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to Matt Sates. Thank you, Crystal Arnold. Matt Sates, the latest recipient of a gold medal here on the final night in Quebec. As we move over to the next event, it's another multi-class event, and it is the men's 100 freestyle S14 S15 multi-class, and this will be combined with S1 and S13. Amkele Kamarana making his way out poolside. He'll be competing in lane 1.
In 2, we have James Villas.
In lane 3, Eli Lawrence.
In 4, it's JP Null.
In lane 5, Mpo Mainganye.
In 6, we have Gosh Nibaka.
In lane 7, Nathan Hendricks, a man who's also on his way to the Paralympics.
And in 8, we have Tokozani Ginaginda. In your shot, there is Tokozani.
So that completes the lineup. Amarana, Willers, Lawrence, Nell, Manganye, Ninob, Hendricks, and Gananida.
Yes, so we're getting ready for 2 lengths of this pool. And they're off in this men's 100 meters freestyle. Looks like Nathan Hendricks out in lane 7.
Hardly surprising, Nathan Hendricks has been an absolute superstar throughout the course of the week. Will be headed to the Paralympics, delivering performance after performance.
Also having a great swim out in lane 1, Amkele Kamarana.
Kamarana, 20 years of age. Hendricks, just 18 years old, hailing from Mpumalanga.
And it is Nathan Hendricks turning in a time of 26.96. Followed by Amkela, 29.72. And Gosh out in 3rd.
Wonderful work there by Nathan Hendricks.
And it is Nathan Hendricks, 55.27. Swimming a time of 57.03 this morning. So we're very happy with that swim.
Excellent performance once again from Nathan Hendricks. Really looking the part. He'll be headed for Paris. And yeah, he's certain to do an exceptional job over there as we welcome to the finish in lane 5. It is Paul Manganye. Manganye coming over in a time of 1:31.75.
It's well below the time that he swam this morning of 1:42.26.
And confirmation of those results. Times of Nathan Hendricks, 55.27. And an excellent effort from him.
Gosh, coming in with a time of 1:04.05, followed by Amkele out in lane 1, 1:04.55.
A recap of how that event played out. The multi-class event. And doing a great job. Nathan Hendricks powering his way to another victory, another gold. So without further ado, let's head downstairs and hear from Nathan Hendricks, who's with Crystal Arnold.
Nathan Hendricks is right next to me. What a nationals you've been able to have. How important was it for you to be able to get yourself at that table that's eating from Paris 2024?
It was quite hard. A lot of dedication in training and a lot of work to be done too. Sorry.
You can catch your breath. I think we are all in awe of you. What was tonight like, and what was your motivation and your motto?
To try and be in part of the top 8 for my class. That was part of the motivation, and for the people around me that support me.
Just a word on the people that support you, your coaches. What would you like to say, just all the hard work that's been put in over these last few months to get you ready, not only for nationals, but with the future in mind?
Thank you so much for your sacrifice and your dedication to helping me achieve my goal.
Congratulations, Nathan, and thanks for chatting to us.
Thank you.
Wonderful words there from Nathan Hendricks, who's undoubtedly been one of the stars here in Quebec over the course of the last 6 days. The SA National Swimming Championships wrapping up this evening. There's a few more events to go as we head over to the next event, and it is the 100-meter freestyle. S14 and S15, just 2 competitors will be in the order for this event. And it is Kate Elwood making her way out to the lane.
And in lane 5, Minka Janssen van Rensburg with a game face on. She's ready.
Look at that. She's ready to go. Minka Janssen van Rensburg, holder of 6 world records, and she wants to grab another one because she actually holds this world record, and she wants to beat that, the time that she swam 1:17:34, belonging to Minka. And she reckons she can definitely better that time. So let's watch the action unfold. It is the women's 100 freestyle S14, S15 final.
And these ladies are off for 2 lengths of the spool, 100 meters freestyle.
So keep your eyes out on Minka Janssen van Rensburg. Her time once again, 1:17:34. Wants to grab another world record. She would bet against her doing it. She's been unbelievable in the pool over the course of this week.
Yes, Minka looking great.
And there goes Minka Janssen van Rensburg in lane 5, just ahead of Kate Elwood. And she makes the turn, doing so in a time of 36:22. Kate Elwood in second position, 37:45. The time that Minka's looking to beat, 1:17:34. Looking strong. I love just how determined she looked up front there.
Yeah, she was definitely ready for this one. So with 25 meters to go, it's all Minka.
And we spoke about that game face. That certainly was her game face. She was ready to go. 1:17:34 is what she wants to achieve. All she wants to beat.
But Elwood coming back strong.
Elwood looking very good. Elwood coming through. And Elwood getting there in a time of 1:15:99. And Minka Janssen van Rensburg will get confirmation, but I'm pretty certain she got under that time. And I don't think that is the correct time. They've put something up there, but there's no ways it was a 1:21. So we'll wait for confirmation, but it looks pretty certain that I reckon she got underneath that.
No, it definitely, it was a touch between the two of them.
Yeah, and Kate coming away with the time of 1:15:99. So Janssen van Rensburg, that will need to be ratified a little later. She looks disappointed, but I don't think she realizes that there was an issue. So hopefully we'll get confirmation as to what exactly transpired. But yes, definitely it was a very close time between both of them. And Kate Elwood coming through in 1:15:99. And I'd reckon that you'd have Minka having come through at a time of 1:16 around there. But also congratulations to Kate Elwood on that time, as that wraps up the women's 100 free S14, S15.
Heading into women's 100 freestyle, S1 and S13.
Now moving to event number 613, women's 100 freestyle S1 and S13 multiclass final.
There we have Minka's dad in your picture. In lane 1, we have Nikita Douglas. In 2, Caitlin Murray. In 3, Danica Venka.
Lane 4, Janica Krickler.
And 4, Janica Krickler.
Lane 5, Alani.
In 5, we have Alani Ferreira.
Lane 6, Melissa Everson.
In 6, we have Melissa Everson.
And lane 7, Ivana Vinka.
And in 7, we have Ivana Venka. So the fastest time from this morning by Danica Venka, 106.73. Then we have 2 ladies on a 110, Janica Krickler, Alani Ferreira. It's set to be a great race. And they're off in this ladies S1 and S13 100 meters freestyle. And it looks like Danica Venka off to a very strong start out in lane number 3. Out on her heels, out in lane 2, Caitlin Murray. And a great battle out in the side lanes, 6 through 8. And it is Danica Venka turning in a time of 31.68, followed closely by Alani Ferreira, 33.15, and then Melissa Everson, 33.54.
It is the women's 100 free S1 and S13. Lanes 1 to 7 occupied. Speaking of lanes being occupied, lane 3 leading the way, Danica Venka.
It's all Danica, finishing in a time of 106.24, followed by Alani Ferreira, 108.22, and then Janica Krickler, 110.29.
Danica Venka having also booked her trip to Paris. She will be going to the Paralympics. Well, Danica Venka, swimmer from Central Gauteng, 16 years old.
And there we have your results on the screen. Danica Venka, 106.24, followed by Alani Ferreira, 108.22, and Janica Krickler in third, 110.29.
So recapping that event. So it was Danica Venka capturing the victory and doing an exceptional job. 106.24. Alani Ferreira grabbing second spot. And a very, very good time from Alani Ferreira. Danica Venka certainly looking the part.
Yes, as we move on to some more medals for the
So congratulations to all the competitors. It really has been a fantastic event. It's been a fantastic week. Yeah, in Quebec, racing aplenty. What was your highlight of the week?
Again, it's so hard to pick one. It's so hard to pick one. But looking back, I would say definitely the infamous tie that we had last night in the men's 100 meters butterfly. Who can forget? Between Chad Leclerc and Matthew Sates.
Yeah, I agree completely. Definitely from my side. It will go the way of Matt Sates and Chad Leclerc. That tied event last night. Everyone was exceptionally excited to see what would take place between them. The marquee event, 100-meter fly between the two of them here at Newton Park Swimming Pool. And in the end, ending absolutely dead heat between the two men. So what a performance from Chad What a performance from Matt, and what a performance from everyone in what has been a fantastic week. Chanel, thanks so much. It's been great having you by my side over the course of this week here at Newton Park Swimming Pool.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast.
It really has. From myself, Derek Alberts and Chanel, we're done in comms. Let's head to Crystal Arnold for the final goodbyes.
54 seconds, 0.14.
Oh, I can't believe that we've reached the end. It has been breathless throughout this week, but I've managed to grab hold of Dean Price because we are wrapping things up here at Newton Park Swimming Pool. And just to recap the amount of Olympic qualifier times that we've seen, as well as Paralympic times, what has stood out for you, Dean?
I think it's been an incredible week. I think when we look at the highlights, Tatjana Schoenmaker, fastest time in the 50 breaststroke, in the 200 breaststroke, and the 100 breaststroke in the world right now. So that gives you incredible confidence going in for Paris. Kayleen Corbett, right on her Olympic qualifying time of 2:23, which got her into the finals in Paris, looking good. Peter Kutsia, okay, phenomenal swimmer. 50 back, okay, right on his best time. 100 back, 52, I think that equals the fastest time in the world right now. 200 back, clearly the fastest time in the world, looking great for Paris. Okay, we've got Erin Gallagher, who came out the first night, blitzed a new SA record in the 50 fly, so we knew she was fast. Then came back last night and set an SA record doing Olympic qualifying time in the 100 fly. So I think really, really looking strong. Amy Canny took her one swim to get going, but then she came back, broke the SA record, Olympic qualifying time, which was a fantastic swim. Matthew Sates, still a bit tired, but he's up there. He had a phenomenal race, him and Chad Leclos. Okay, in the 100 fly they tied. It was a phenomenal race. Both of them will still get ready for Paris and perform there. So I think on the whole we're looking about 8 or 9 swimmers at this point that have qualified. The show isn't over. We still have another month to get some times. So we're going to take them to Angola at the end of April, and we're going to take them to Mare Nostrum. There's about 3 or 4 swimmers, young swimmers who are just outside of qualifying. We're going to try push them up and get them to qualify. We want to try get 10, 11 swimmers to qualify for the Olympics. Then we've done our job. So it's been an incredible thing. We're really happy, and thanks to the incredible support we've had from you guys and from everyone here in Quebec.
Thank you so much, Dean, and congratulations to every single swimmer that was involved in SA Nationals this week, and especially to the Olympic and Paralympic qualifiers that we've seen come through. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been wonderful bringing you live swimming action as we work our way through to Paris 2024.